So good evening and welcome to another Meet the Committee. We have 3 other willing volunteers from the committee looking so excited and ready to share with you. So we have Debs, Mark and Johnny with us tonight, joining Farley and I as we talk to some more of the committee. So Farley, over to you. Who are you going to interview first?
So I thought we'd discuss with Debbie's role first. Debbie joined us as membership officer this year, which is the person in charge of all the members. So technically she has the most control. So Debbie, tell us a bit more about what you do in your role.
Well, as you say, I'm membership secretary, so I'm potentially the first point of contact with the club, and I'll give you information about training, what the schedules are, things like that, what it means to be a member of TRISudbury. And if you still would like to come forward and enrol with us, then you get the joy of joining our Facebook page, where you get to see all the weird and wonderful things that our club members get up to, and you can join in with mad things with them. And you also get the emails from the secretary, not the secretary, the chairman each week, and the captain.
Awesome. So what made you join TRISudbury?
I was just a runner to start. I would say just a runner, and I was plagued with long-term injury, and it was just 18 months of not running. And Lindsay, who I think you've already interviewed, she said, "Why don't you come on a bike ride with me?" So 20 miles later, her on a road bike and me on a mountain bike. I thought, okay, yeah, this could work. I did a bit of cross training, and then she persuaded me to get into the pool as well. And I couldn't even swim half a length front crawl. And just the support from the club was absolutely amazing. And I've been a member for about 5 years now.
Awesome.
I thoroughly recommend it.
Awesome. So what? Obviously this year hasn't gone to plan, but what's your targets for next year?
Holcombe for me, the Holcombe Half Ironman. That was supposed to be this year. I've done it as a relay 2 years before, and I thought 2020 was going to be my year to do the whole thing. As everyone is aware, 2020 was a year where nobody did anything. So 2021 is the year to do the half Ironman and maybe some sprints and standards leading up to that.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Deb. Over to me. Mark, you can tell Mr. Corporate, our chairman. So yeah, role in the committee.
Yeah, I suppose committee role is really essentially you just turn up and organise 12 meetings a year to make sure that we can to run the club. That's got to be the most basic part. But yeah, just to try and organise the committee, make sure that the club runs smoothly, make sure that everyone is communicating well between all the different teams, because we have Debbie in the membership roles, we've got our treasurer's role, and all of our club members themselves. We just need to make sure we communicate what we're doing as a club. And then also engage with any stakeholders that work with the club. So maybe talking to other clubs, talking to our regional representatives, and bringing our members information about triathlon itself, the world of triathlon. There's a lot of support out there in the English and British triathlon network. So we try and make sure our members are well versed in what's going on in the world of triathlon. And the bottom line is just to make a fun club for everyone to get on and enjoy themselves in.
Brilliant. This is the first video that's going to go out to everybody within the club. So how many committee members do we have?
That's a really good question, because we have we have some core members of the committee, so the vice chair, the secretary, membership and treasurer's roles. But then we have a couple of members' roles, so our captains are also members of the committee. We have a little marketing team, a team of welfare officers that sit and support the club. And then alongside that, we have some additional committee members without specific roles. So Lindsay, one of our club ambassadors, and Ian White, who's kind of come onto the team recently. So I think that's about 10 of us essentially, but it's not a standard number. It's we encourage members to come along and get involved and get included in how the club runs and actually enjoy it for a different way.
Brilliant. No, thank you for that. Sorry, that's a sneaky extra question there for you, Mark. Sorry.
Right.
So why did you join the club?
Well, it's funny actually that Debbie's mentioned how she got involved through injury. So very much the same for me. I used to be a runner, and my injury came from running the dad's race at school in a pair of flip-flops and injuring my knee. And then one of the other dads was already a member, who is John Powell, one of our treasurer, who said, come along to this club and they'll teach you to swim. So I went along, didn't have a clue how to swim, met Debbie actually, I think, on the first night, and I floundered around in the lane next to her. And 5 years later, I'm running all sorts of different distances and absolutely loving it. And as Debbie said, if it wasn't for the support of the coaches and the members and just the great fun that we have as a club, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I'm loving it.
Brilliant, indeed. So you mentioned some of the things you enjoy racing and stuff. So what are your plans for next year? What do you hope to do?
Well, my main target next year is I've got a qualification for an age group GB triathlon place this year at middle distance. So I've kind of booked to go to Welshie in Austria and race for Great Britain at middle distance, which will be really exciting. It's something I really pushed for a year to try and get those times. So I can't wait to get out there. And then just have a year of enjoying the events this year. 2020 has been a pretty poor year. We haven't been able to race that much. So I'm looking forward just to getting out there and getting back into transition and doing all the stupid things that we do when we race, and enjoying it again. I love triathlon. I love racing. I love the buzz of the morning, waking up, getting my kit ready, going up into a lake at 6 a.m, freezing cold, but thinking, I can't wait to get going. It's just amazing. It's a fun feeling.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
And now on to the vice chairman, Johnny. Hello. Tell us a bit about your role and what does the vice chairman do?
That's a really good question. I've been sitting thinking about what does the vice chairman do. I think besides write many policies, but they're all written now, so that's all right. The vice, I think really my main role has been just to be a sounding board for Mark, really, just someone to just to listen to, just run things past. Often we'll go for a run and we'll end up talking about, we'll start off the run talking about, just normal day-to-day things, and then within about 10 minutes we are deep in kind of, well, what do you think? I've been thinking this, how does this sound? And we have that sort of, so it's kind of, and there's often meetings over the odd beverage as well, which has a good discussion point. So, but yeah, that's mainly my role within as a vice chair, I think, really. It's been quite
awesome. And what made you join TRISudbury?
So I many years ago I ran a London Marathon, and I lived down on the south coast, and there was a triathlon the year after, and I was going to do it. I was going to gear myself up for it, and I never did it, and I was always sort of slightly gutted that I didn't, although I was kind of prepared myself. And then I saw in the local paper that TRISudbury were putting on their first triathlon, so I thought, well, I've always said I was going to do one, so why not here now? And then did that, and then did a couple of the Go Try events, and then did Peninsula actually over at Holbrook, and got sort of drawn in with the cheering and the support from everyone who was wearing red and black. And then I sort of remember going up to Andrew, who was chair at the time, saying, how do I get involved? What do I need to do? So and I haven't really looked back since then. So
awesome. And then the same for you. What does 2021 hold? What's your themes and goals?
Well, I think sort of as both of the other two have alluded to, 2020 kind of has been a bit of a sort of a cancellation year, isn't it? So I have, like many members of the club, got Holcombe on my radar as my kind of target event. There is a goal up here, but I'm not going to say that out loud because then people will hold me to it. So that's my target event, and then otherwise it's just going to be just getting back into racing. And like Mark said, that kind of the buzz of the early starts and the drinking the coffee in the car and getting there and trying to sort yourself out, and all the buzz of chatting to people and seeing other teams and competitors that you kind of know from being in races and bits and pieces like that. So just looking forward to getting back into it, really.
Brilliant. Thanks, Johnny. So thanks everybody for watching. That was the members of the committee for this year. So thanks for your time, guys, and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe below, click on that logo that's on the screen at the moment, and get in touch if you want any further information. Once you've subscribed, you'll be notified of new content which will be going up on a regular basis. So thanks for watching, and hope